Donnie and Dolly. The team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
Friday, and all of today's guests, including Ryan Warsofsky, standing by. Brought to you by the Bayside Oceanfront Resort at Bayside. There's always a blend of West Coast luxury with exceptional service, ensuring your corporate event leaves a lasting impression. Call 250-248-8333 or visit us at BaysideResortParksville.com to book your event today. Canucks begin a 3-game California road trip tomorrow in San Jose against the red-hot San Jose Sharks. They've won 3 straight, including a 3-2 victory over Chicago last night. And joining us now, San Jose Sharks first-year head coach. He just turned 37 years old, Ryan Warsofsky. Ryan, thanks for doing this, sir. How are you?
Good, guys. How are you guys doing?
Good. Very good. And happy birthday. What's going right for your team these days? 3 straight wins.
Yeah, I think we're kind of growing as a team and how we need to play with our identity of how we need to play each and every night. And at times it needs to be a little bit more consistent, but now we're getting the results and guys are getting rewarded for their efforts. I think, for the most part, besides maybe, the one game in Winnipeg, we've played some pretty good hockey and just haven't got rewarded for it. But we're going to keep plugging away and get better each and every day.
Hey, Ryan, you know that Macklin Celebrini is from around these parts, from the Vancouver area. I believe he's back on the ice. He's only played the one game so far. What can you tell us about his health?
Yeah, I think he's working extremely hard to get back. I'd still put him in the week-to-week category. I think he's skating, so that's a positive, and we're kind of just taking it as it comes here, and when he's ready, he'll be out there.
What about him, though, Ryan? What has impressed you so far? I know he's injured, but, for a kid, first overall pick, he comes in. He is also from the San Jose area as well. How has he handled the pressure, all that stuff that comes with a first overall pick?
Yeah, he's mature beyond his years, first and foremost, as a human being. You talk to him, you think you're talking to a 32-year-old veteran player. He's self-driven. He's ultra-competitive. What surprised me the most is he's got this extra gear, extra step in his pace and his speed of the game. He can make plays at a high level. His pace of play does not affect him in the one game. In the exhibition games, we've obviously seen him, and in practice, he drives our group. And as an 18-year-old, it's nice to see. But he's done some really good things for us on and off the ice. He lives at the rink. So I think our organization's really happy that we got him, and we're going to continue to work with them, and hopefully gets healthy here soon and helps our hockey club.
Ryan, I'll tell you, Tyler Toffoli, all he ever does is score. He's played on a lot of teams in the last few years, including a shortstop here in Vancouver. First year with you, and he's leading your team in goals with 6. This guy, it doesn't matter where he goes, Ryan. He scores goals. Yeah,
he can score. He's got a knack for it. He's just, one of those guys that can just find himself in the right spot at the right time. And when he's skating and he's involved and he's engaged on the inside, he gets a lot of scoring opportunities. Had a couple last night. He's a big part of our group, right? He's one of the big players that Mike brought in this summer to help play with the younger players and help them grow as professionals. He's a great kid. He works extremely hard. So we're happy to have Tyler on our team.
Ryan, you're facing a Canucks team tomorrow. Getting a lot of heat in the market here. A couple losses in Vancouver. What kind of challenges do they provide for your team?
Yeah, well, they're a big, fast, physical hockey team. Well coached. They play with good structure. So we got to be aware, when certain guys are on the ice first and foremost, and then, when we don't have the puck, we know what we're doing. When we do have the puck, we're taking care of it. And that's part of our game last night where we kind of lacked is some turnovers, and then we end up back in our D zone. And, we do that against a good Vancouver team. It's going to hurt us on the score sheet. So, we're going to focus on today and getting a little bit better in our practice, and then get ready for Vancouver tomorrow, a really good hockey team. Obviously we've seen them quite a bit in the last couple of years, and, the way Talk's got them going and playing with an ultra competitive drive, we got to be ready. We got to match that.
Like I said earlier, happy birthday, Ryan. You just turned 37, late October, if I'm not mistaken. I'm doing some research for the interview. 101 men have been younger than you when they took over their NHL team. So you're an old-timer. Gary Green took over the Capitals back in the day. He was just 26 years old. That was in 1979. But what is it like coaching players that are not much younger than you are?
Yeah, I've been doing this, I think, 13 years now, and this hasn't been the first year where guys have been maybe the same age as me or a little bit older than me. And I don't think it's ever been an issue. I don't ever see it being an issue. I understand, how each player is taught differently. I understand the generation that's coming up is a little bit different than probably the guys back in the 70s and 80s and 90s. I have a little bit of old school mentality in me that I'm ultra competitive and I can get a little passionate at times, and our guys know it's coming from a good place. So there's a big respect factor between myself and the players. We're connected. This isn't me and I'm ruling with an iron fist. This is a partnership, and I'm going to empower our group and empower our players to be themselves and try to get the best out of them by challenging them and individually and collectively. So it's been a really good start, as far as growing our team and the process that we're going through, and we got a ways to go. But I got to give credit to the group of being coachable and understanding where we're at, and got to keep pushing our guys and through practice and our video meetings to get better each and every day.
What do you mean the generation coming up? You're the generation coming up. We're both old timers.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, Ryan. Hey, you know what? You talked about your climb. It's pretty quick. You coached college hockey in 2012 at age 25, and here you are coaching an NHL team. How do you get that job so relatively quickly?
I just try to always be where my feet were, and if someone thought I was doing a good job and they wanted to talk to me about a promotion or go to another team, I would listen. And if it made sense, I would do it. There was times where, I could have went to the American League sooner, or could have went to the National Hockey League a little bit sooner, and I waited, believe it or not, just to wait for the right opportunity. And, I think we get so wrapped up in getting to the next spot. And I just try to focus on where I was. And if I was the assistant coach and run the penalty kill, try to do the best possible job at run the penalty kill and run the D. If I was run the power play and being an assistant coach, do the best job I can do, run the power play, and try to just be where my feet are. And I think if I, did a good job and, our team had success, that it would get noticed. And that's kind of how I approached it. I never really sought and reached out and tried to chase jobs. I just tried to focus on where I was.
Well, it's working out for you. Marshfield, Massachusetts, is that right?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay, so also, and believe it or not, and people who watch this show will find this hard to believe, we did do some research, as I mentioned earlier, but Mike Sullivan's from there as well, from the Pittsburgh Penguins, and I'm looking, Jeremy Roenick spent time there.
Wow.
Steve Carell, and the list goes, F. Lee Bailey. What's in the water in Marshfield, Massachusetts?
Yeah,
I think it's just a small little South Shore town south of Boston that's on the water, and it's maybe a little bit of hidden gem. They call it Marsh Vegas, so there's some excitement going on there. But Sully is close family friends with Sully, and he's been really really influential in my career. And since I was a young kid, his sister taught me how to skate, and then getting into coaching and following his career. He's been a big mentor for me, and I'm very, very grateful to have that relationship.
Yeah, I was just going to ask if you looked up to him, but you answered that question there. Who were your idols growing up in that area? There's so many talented people.
Yeah, well, Mike, I followed him quite a bit, and even when he was coaching out in Vancouver up there, and his playing career with San Jose and then Calgary and Arizona and Boston. So I followed him quite a bit, and then I was fortunate to go to prep school and play for Ray Bourque as an assistant coach. So probably those two guys were very influential in my career, and not just playing, but probably as I got into coaching and telling stories and going through their experiences. I've learned a lot from both of those guys, and I know they're easy to communicate with. They're a phone call away or text message away when you need an answer, you have a question. So I'm very grateful for those relationships.
This has been great, Ryan. Can't thank you enough. Take it easy on the Canucks. They're having some problems these days, but thank you so much for doing this, sir.
No, thank you guys. Thanks for having me on.